Just want to continue the series that we started on the concept of gratitude. And perhaps the greatest lesson regarding Hakaras HaTov is from the Torah's prohibition that you should not abhor an Egyptian because you are a sojourner in his land. The Torah continues that therefore a third generation Egyptian is permitted to marry into the nation Israel. And Rashi says the reason is that you shouldn't abhor an Egyptian completely. There shouldn't be complete rejection because they were a host to you in the time of your need. And true, the Egyptians enslaved the Jews and they persecuted them and they murdered their infants. But when our forefather Yaakov and his family needed food during the years of famine, they were welcomed by Egypt and given a comfortable place to live. And our sages teach us that in extending this welcome is the way that we should behave. The Egyptians had ulterior motives and they hoped to make use of our shepherding skills of Yaakov's family, but nevertheless the Jews' subsequent enslavement and persecution didn't erase our debt of gratitude for the Egyptians. And there's a very powerful story about Rebbetzin Esther Jungreis, who was the founder and director of the Hineni outreach organization, a Holocaust survivor. And she tells the following story, that we had been in our new residence no more than a few weeks after they had just come from the Holocaust, and when they suddenly fell ill. An angel of mercy, one of the neighbors, a lady appeared at our door, and she called her doctor and asked him to make a house call, and she took care of the bill and every way to prove her to be a precious and supportive friend, not just on that occasion but throughout the years. So my mother never allowed me to forget her kindness. Every Friday when my mother baked challahs, there was a package that was dealt and sent to this lady. And years later, when I was married, she was seated in a place of honor at my wedding. And we might say that, she didn't do much, but the reality is that a family of Holocaust survivors arrived from Europe. They were broken and destitute, and they didn't have anywhere to turn. And this little girl that was there had someone that took care of her medical bill and showed care, love, and concern. And so if we have a heart of stone, then we aren't going to have any success in what we do. But my father taught us never to take any acts of kindness lightly. Gratitude is one of the pillars of Judaism upon which our entire faith is based.